Is it so hard to lock in the UK, and should you move? So across the last few years, I've spent a lot of time in Dubai, a lot of time in Marbella, Thailand. I've experienced a few different ways of life, and the thing I've noticed every single time is that every other country, everyone's a lot more positive, everyone's a lot more enthusiastic, and there's a lot less self-sabotaging behavior. When it comes to the UK, I feel like there's two types of mindsets, especially what I've noticed through coaching people, is that there's either people who hate chasing instant gratification but can't stop themselves from doing it because it's like a love-hate type relationship. And there's people that are not chasing instant gratification, but because that they feel lonely, they feel like they've got no one else they can relate to. So it's like the 99% who are chasing instant gratification, a life that does not leave them fulfilled, but they just can't get away from it. And then the 1% who are chasing big goals, chasing dreams and chasing their ambitions. However, they feel lonely and they feel like they've got no one to relate with. And even though that their path they're on is giving them fulfillment, they go through a lot of these lonely type chapters, these chapters where they just feel like they can't relate to people and like they've got no one around them who understands the way they feel. So is it a massive coincidence that in England, the culture love instant gratification, the culture love getting up to no good at the weekends, drinking lots of alcohol, maybe consuming substances that they shouldn't be consuming, and essentially living a life that does not leave them fulfilled? That does leave you with fulfillment, then good for you. But everyone I know who lives that sort of lifestyle tends to be pretty depressed Monday to Friday, and then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they get up to some crazy old things to sort of escape their reality. So could this be a massive coincidence? I don't think so. And I wanted to come to the bottom of why. What is it in the UK that causes people to chase that? What is it that causes people to think in negative terms, not to believe in themselves, not to want to chase their actual fulfillment? What is it that causes them to want to chase this instant gratification? And I went through it. What is the difference in how I feel in the UK as opposed to Dubai? So when I'm in Dubai, I don't feel like I've got to work for my emotions. When I'm in the UK, I feel like I have to work for every emotion. I wake up, I'm doing my best to be grateful. I might look around and I don't know if you can see the skies. Everywhere's dull, everywhere's mundane. If I walk past someone and say good morning, I'm going to be ignored, and that keeps fucking happening to me at the moment. But there's no culture, no one talks to each other. The weather's mundane, you get stuck in traffic, there's road rage everywhere, everyone's holding their horns down. Everyone you speak to is talking about scarcity. Oh, I've got lack here, my tax bill's just gone up, this bill's just gone up, oh, I've got this gone, did you hear someone else got stabbed down the road? There's all of this negativity going on. It's like there's this negative energy in the air, and literally everybody can feel this negative energy. So in result of that, nobody wants to chase abundance. Nobody wants to chase their dreams. If you're surrounded by scarcity and you're surrounded by negativity, it makes it literally impossible to think in abundance. When you're in Dubai and you wake up, the sun's shining, you walk to a coffee shop, everyone's buzzing to be there, everyone's speaking to you. How are you? How's your morning? You go outside, there's no crime, everywhere's clean. Then you look around, there's a Lamborghini. Not to say a Lamborghini should make you happy, but you're seeing abundance, not this lack and not this scarcity. Whereas look at this, I don't know if you can see that pothole literally about to destroy a tire. You know, it's like everything is in that scarcity type mindset. Everything is lack. So when you're trying to locking in the UK can be very fucking hard because you're surrounded by scarcity. You're not surrounded by opportunity, and everyone around you is talking in scarcity. When you're in these countries where there's a lot of abundance, you're speaking to someone who's achieved crazy fucking things. Achieving greatness doesn't seem like it is something out of reach. It feels like it's just the norm. It's been a known thing for years. You're a sum of the 5 people around you. However, living in the UK, a lot of the time, the people around you are not going to be people that are going to inspire you to be great. They're not going to be people that are going to inspire you to take things to a next level or believe in you. And even when I started my business, I had so many people essentially tell me it's fucking stupid. I had so many fucking people telling me it was a waste of time, and I was so close to believing them. My mindset was, as long as I've got enough money to pay my bills, I'll be so happy doing this, I'll be so satisfied doing it, that I don't actually care. And that's what pushed me to go through. I didn't have any focus on money, I just wanted to change lives. So that allowed me to push through. Kind of made the 5 people around me people I was watching on the internet, people in books. And that's why people go through this lonely chapter. And when people try to break out of this trap of every single weekend going out drinking, getting up to no good, they end up falling back into it further down the line. All it takes is one bad week of you not feeling motivated, and just maybe things haven't been going the way you want. You see your friends and you see everyone else around you chasing this instant gratification. You look at them like, oh, they're having fun without them having to do anything, and people fall back into it. Like, I see it so fucking often. People chase greatness for a few months, see their life improving, and then before they know it, they're back to old habits. They're back to sniffing gear down their local pub on a Friday night. It's a very vicious cycle to try and break out of. And that's why I do feel like the UK is a very hard place to get shit done. But that is not to say that you can't fucking achieve crazy shit here. That is not to say that you can't change your life completely. Absolutely you can, but it's going to require a lot of effort. Rather than waking up and thinking in abundance, you're going to have to focus to think in abundance. Rather than waking up and naturally being grateful for what's around you, you have to actually think about what you're grateful for. And then rather than like allowing your environment to motivate you, you've got to start, try and take yourself out of this environment. Like, you can look around it and potentially use that as motivation to come away from it. If like, again, if you're surrounded by things which don't inspire you, whereas in these other countries, you do feel inspired. So absolutely, you can achieve whatever the fuck you want here, but it requires a lot more mental effort, I would say. So if you do ever get the opportunity to move country, I would definitely recommend it. I'm actually potentially moving end of this year to Dubai, and the only thing that's holding me back is missing my family. I'm such a family person. Like, I know you can come back whenever, but I enjoy seeing my family frequently. Like, the reason I am making this video is because I see so many people with so much potential waste that potential because this trap and vicious cycle that drags people in the UK, which is genuinely so hard to break out of, pulls them back in. They start to chase greatness, achieve greatness, and it drags them back in. And to escape it, you go into the lonely chapter where you feel like you've got no one you can relate to. But that feeling of feeling so different to everyone else is the biggest compliment you can get. That is literally the feeling letting you know that you're in the 1%. So you're gonna feel lonely at times, but if you know your why in this life is to achieve crazy fucking things, if you've got a beautiful family behind you that you want to change their lives, you know, and your why is so clear, keep fucking pushing, keep your head in the game, keep that goal so clear. So one of these days when you do get tempted to fall into those old habits, you know, you can go, look, I've been down that road before. I know exactly where it leads. I've got my why and I'm going to continue to chase this. So do not allow society to pull you away from your dreams.